Friends, scholars and students, I am Professor Satish Prakash Shukla. I welcome you all again to this YouTube channel. Today we will discuss about methods of studying correlation. But before starting for that, first we recall the types of correlation that we have discussed in the previous video. In that video we have seen there are basically two types of correlation. Those are positive and negative correlation. Positive correlation has two subtypes like perfect positive and partial positive. And negative correlation has also two subtypes like perfect negative and partial negative. Friends, beside this, two more types of correlation are there on the basis of the linearity of relationship between two variables. And these two types are linear and non-linear correlation. What does linear correlation mean? If the relationship between two variables can be expressed through a straight line, then there will be linear correlation between two variables. And what is non-linear correlation? If the relationship between two correlated variables cannot be expressed through a straight line, then there will be non-linear correlation between two variables. Friends, now we discuss about methods of studying correlation. Three methods are there for studying correlation if the data are obtained in interval, ordinal or ratio scale. And these three methods are scatter diagram method, number 2 Karl-Pearson's method, number 3 Spearman's method. Friends, Karl-Pearson's method is also known as product moment method and Spearman's method is known as rank correlation method. Let us start with scatter diagram method. Today we will focus on scatter diagram method of studying correlation. Before discussing about the same, we will try to understand what is scatter diagram. Friends, in this method, different points are taken on the graph on the basis of the values of two correlated variables. Values of each pair of two correlated variables are taken and basis of the values of such a pair, the point is plotted on the graph. After plotting all the points based on all the given pairs of two correlated variables, a straight line is drawn on the graph in such a way that all the points will lie on that particular line. If the points are not found collinear, then such a line is drawn on the graph from which the distance of all the points will be minimum. For that, the least square method is applied to find such a line. Such a line is called best fit line. We will not discuss about the best fit line, how it will be obtained. We have to focus only on the scatter diagram and how different types of correlation can be defined on the basis of scatter diagram. For that, first we see how the scatter diagram is drawn, and for that we will take one simple example. I am showing the example on the screen. Here one example is taken. In this example, two correlated variables x and y are taken and three pairs of values of both are taken here. On the basis of these values, we will draw the scatter diagram. For that, first of all, we have to take x and y axis perpendicular to each other as shown on the screen. And then we have to take the scales on x and y axis as shown on the screen. Here the scales are taken from 0 to 80 on both the axes. Now we'll take the first pair of x and y. In that x is 20 and y is 40. To draw the point on the basis of this pair, first we go to x-axis, and from point 20, because x is 20, from point 20 we go upwards as shown on the screen. And in this pair y is 40, so we'll go to y-axis, and from point 20 of y we move towards the right side. 40, y is 40, so point 40 we move towards the right from point 40 from y-axis, and where the intersection point of these two arrows is found, there only one point is drawn as shown on the screen. Now we'll take another pair of x and y, that is x40 and y30. For that, first we go to x-axis, and from point 40 we go upwards as shown on the screen. And y is 30 in this pair, so we'll go on y-axis. From point 30 we'll move towards right side as shown on the screen. And at the point of intersection of these two arrows, we draw a point as shown on the screen. Now the last pair is 60 and 10. X is 60, so we'll go x-axis, and from point 60 we'll go upwards as shown on the screen. And y is 10 here, so from y-axis, from point 10 we move towards right side. And at the intersection point of these two arrows, we draw a point as shown on the screen. Friends, here the arrows are not to be drawn. Here I have drawn only to show how the points are to be taken. So these arrows are not required here, so I remove it. And in this way, 3 points for 3 pairs of x and y are plotted on the graph. Now we have to draw such a line, such a straight line that will include all these points. But these points are seen non-linear, not collinear. So we have to draw such a straight line from which the distance of all these points will be minimum. And here such a line is drawn. In this way, the scatter diagram is drawn on graph that shows the relationship, direction of relationship between two correlated variables. This graph is called scatter diagram in terms of correlation. Now we'll see how different types of correlation can be defined with the help of scatter diagram. For that, first example is given on the screen, where x and y, two correlated variables, are given and values of both the variables in pairs are given. On the basis of these values, we will draw the graph. We draw the scatter diagram. For that, x and y axes are drawn on the graph as shown on the screen, perpendicular to each other. Now we take the scales on both the axes as shown on the screen. Now on the basis of the values of these all the pairs, we take the points on the graph, as we have done in the earlier slide, and by doing so we'll have the points as shown on the screen. These all points represent the values of x and y given here, and points are found collinear, so it is easy to draw a straight line that will include all these points. As shown on the screen, the line is drawn. If this type of the situation is found, then there will be always perfect positive correlation. And in such a case, this type of correlation can be defined in this way. If all the points of scatter diagram lie on the same straight line that is going upper right from lower left, then there will be perfect positive correlation between two variables. And in such a case, the value of r will be always equal to 1. Now we'll see the example of partial positive correlation. For that, x and y, two correlated variables, are taken here, and values of both are given here in pairs. On the basis of these values, we'll draw the scatter diagram. For that, x and y perpendicular to each other are taken, x and y axis. And now we take the scales on both the axes x and y as shown on the screen. Now on the basis of these values, we draw the points on the graph, and by doing so, the points will be found as shown on the screen. The points are not found in the same line. Points are not found collinear, so we have to draw such a line from which the distance of all these points will be minimum, and such a line is drawn on the screen. If this type of the situation is found, then we can say that there is partial positive correlation between two variables, and in such a case, this type of the correlation can be defined in this way. If all the points of scatter diagram lie on or around the straight line that is going upper right from lower left, then there is partial positive correlation between two variables, and in such a case the value of r will be always between 0 and 1. Now we'll see the scatter diagram of perfect negative correlation. For that, one example is given here. X and y are correlated variable and values of both are given here in pairs. On the basis of these values, we'll draw the scatter diagram. For that, x and y axis perpendicular to each other are taken here as shown on the screen, and the scales are taken on both the axes as shown on the screen. Now we draw the points representing all these values on the graph, and by doing so the points will be found in this way. All the points are found in the same line. Points are found collinear, so it is easy to draw a straight line that will include all these points, and such a line is drawn on the screen. If this type of the situation is found, then we can say that there is perfect negative correlation between two variables. And to define this type of the correlation on the basis of the scatter diagram, we can say that if all the points of scatter diagram lie on the straight line that is going upper left from lower right, then there is perfect negative correlation between two variables, and in such a case the value of r will be always equal to -1. Now we see the last type of the correlation, that is partial negative correlation. For that, x and y, two correlated variables with the values of both in pairs, are taken here. On the basis of these values, now we'll draw the scatter diagram. For that, x and y perpendicular to each other are taken. Both are axes, x-axis and y-axis, and on both the axes the scales will be taken as shown on the screen. Now on the basis of these all points, the points are to be, on the basis of all these values, the points are to be drawn on the screen, on the graph, and while doing so, by doing so, the points will be found in this way as shown on the screen. These points are not collinear, so we have to draw such a straight line from which the distance of all these points will be minimum, and such a line is drawn on the screen. If this type of the situation is there, then we can say that there is partial negative correlation between two variables, and in such a case the value of r will be always equal to between 1 and 0. R will be -1 and 0. Hence, in this way, we can define all the types of correlation with the help of scatter diagram. In that sense, it is very easy method. Let us see some merits of this method. Number one, deep knowledge of mathematics is not required because no complex mathematical calculation is to be done to draw the scatter diagram. Second merit, direction of the relationship can be known easily because on the basis of the slope of the lines drawn on the scatter diagram, we can easily determine the direction of relationship between two variables as we have seen in all the four examples. Third merit is, even if variables have very high values, correlation can be studied by taking proper scale. It means if the range of x or y or both is very large, then also by taking proper scale, we can plot the points on the graph and we can easily determine the direction of correlation. The fourth one is, value of r can be known easily if there is perfect correlation between two variables. Friends, as we have seen uh, in the scatter diagram of perfect positive and perfect negative, that all the points are found collinear. The difference is there between these two is only in terms of the slope of the line. In both the cases, the precise value of r can be determined. R means correlation coefficient. In that way, it is very much helpful scatter diagram with perfect positive and perfect negative correlation are there. The demerits of scatter diagram are shown here. By scatter diagram, we cannot find the measure of R precisely if partial correlation is there between two variables. Because partial correlation is there, then the points are not found on the straight line. So precise value of R cannot be determined on the basis of scatter diagram. Another demerit of this method is in the case of classified data, this method cannot be used. If classified data is given, it means if the frequency distribution of X or Y or both are given, then this method cannot be used to determine the direction of correlation between two variables. Now friends, we'll see the Karp-Pearson's method. This method gives the precise value of R, correlation of coefficient. On the basis of R, we can determine the strength and direction both of correlation between two variables. But some special conditions are there for using Karp-Pearson's method. Number one is linear relationship should be there between two variables. If linear relationship is not there, then this method cannot be used. Another condition is data must be obtained in interval or ratio scale. If data are obtained in ordinal scale, then also this method cannot be used. Number of pairs should not be very less. No fixed number is there for number of pairs for Karp-Pearson's method, but it is said that if number of pairs is less than 5, then this method cannot be used. And as it gives the precise value of R, we have to do some statistical calculation also. For that, this formula is used. This is the basic formula of Karp-Pearson's method to find the value of R. This is the basic formula. On the basis of this, different formulae for Karp-Pearson's method are derived. We will not discuss about all the formulae, and we will not do here statistical calculation. We will see only which formula of Karp-Pearson's method is a basic formula. This is the basic formula where R equals to sigma x minus x bar y minus y bar upon n into sx into sy, where x minus x bar equals to deviation of x taken from its mean, and y minus y bar is equal to deviation of y taken from its mean. Sigma x minus x bar y minus y bar equals to sum of the product of x minus x bar and y minus y bar. N is number of pairs, Sx is standard deviation of x, Sy is standard deviation of y. By using this formula, we can find the precise value of R by using Karp-Pearson's method. Friends, this formula can be converted in this formula also, where R is equal to covariance of xy upon Sx into Sy. Covariance of xy can be found by using this formula. Covariance of xy equals to sigma x minus x bar y minus y bar upon n. This is Karp-Pearson's method of studying correlation. I will see Spearman's rank correlation method. Friends, this method also gives the precise value of R from which we can determine the strength and direction of correlation between two variables. But this formula can be applied only if the data are obtained in ordinal scale or converted in ordinal scale. This formula says that R equals to 1 minus 6 sigma d square upon n minus 1 whole square, where d equals to rx minus ry. Rx means rank of nx and ry means rank of y. In this method, each x is given rank and each y is given, each y also is given rank. So rank of each x is known as Rx and rank of each y is known as Ry. For each pair of Rx and Ry, D is found by using D equals to Rx minus Ry, and then the square of D is taken, the sum of all the D square is taken and placed in the formula. N means number of pairs. By placing the value of D square, sigma D square and N, the value of R can be determined. In this way, friends, today we have discussed about the methods of studying correlation if the data are obtained in interval, ordinal, or ratio scale. Here we have focused only on scatter diagram, how the scatter diagram can be used to define different types of correlation that we have discussed today. If any query is there in terms of the discussion that we have done today, you can mail me to the mail address given on the screen, or you can write in the comment box. Your query will be solved immediately. Now we will meet in another video with special methods of studying correlation. Till then, stay home, stay safe. Goodbye.